Uh,
And this is the Messed Up the Setups podcast. And I got back with me comedian Lon Kieffer. Uh, he's going to bring us a joke and we're going to make up some jokes on the spot. So stick around.
It's all messed up, yeah. Everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.
Oh, man. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Messed Up the Setups podcast. I got Lon Kieffer in the house with me today. He's up in Delaware, of all places. Delaware. Yeah, I got to get up to Delaware sometime. I've been to Boston, but
dude,
I haven't
that's not
done.
even close.
I've been to New York City, but I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't been to like Maine or Rhode Island or
You're
Delaware.
You're going the wrong way.
I don't know. I don't know that side of the map, dude.
You're a typical American, and you don't even know
I
America. I am too. I'm
dude.
terrible with geography, but I'm good with the Northeast. So if you've been to Boston and New York, we're down from there.
Down. Okay.
Maine and those other places, they're up. So, and yes, we're going to get you to Delaware. It's just a matter of finding the right time. But listen, I did a little better on this intro. You really took me by surprise last time. I mean, it's like, folks, this is Michael Holcomb. And this is Michael Holcomb. No, I mean, I love that because, sometimes I'll go out there and I just am not taking the right energy. You don't want to take energy.
Right.
You don't want to like change who you are.
Right.
But you definitely want to bring it,
Yes,
and unless you're Stephen Wright. Do you know that Stephen Wright?
Yeah, I know Stephen
You might
Wright.
be too young. Oh, you know him?
No, I know Stephen Wright. Yeah.
You know of him. So, no, I mean, and sometimes I just posted a thing, the joke that we're going to work on. I just tried the other day and was pretty happy with the first effort. Again, I told you earlier, I kind of wrote it on the stage, but the energy was off. It was at Dickens, and for whatever reason, we're trying to figure that venue out. It's a seasonal thing, and we're in the off season. So we'll put one show up and it'll sell out, and then the next show will be 20%.
Interesting.
And this was a 20% night. And so there wasn't a lot of energy to begin with.
Okay.
And but yeah,
so you kind of mirroring the crowd's energy, matching the crowd's energy. Is that kind of what was happening, or?
Well, not intentionally, but we're human beings, Johnny and I, it's funny, we've worked together. Johnny Watson, very funny guy. I owe this run at this level to him for giving me stage time and being my friend and providing counsel. And he talks to me about my energy level because I want to be like a slow comic. I want to be you're in good hands with me kind of. But sometimes it's I get too much into that, and now I can't bring a bunch of fake energy, but you got to find that middle, and I don't feel I had it that night.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Well, bring us this joke that you've been working on. Let's see if we can workshop it together at all. And I love that comedians come on here and are open to workshopping jokes, because dude, there's almost nothing worse to me than a comedian who isn't willing to edit a joke. Like for me, dude, my jokes, my understanding is they're open-ended forever. Like a joke is never done. There's always another tag, always another way to word it, to edit it. So the jokes are open-ended, but I can't stand anything less than a comedian who's so fragile that they can't have a joke workshopped.
You must not have very many friends in comedy. We are the most fragile lot in the world.
Isn't it? It's interesting, dude. Like that irony of that, right? To be able to get up on stage in front of people and talk and do what nobody wants to do, but off stage Yeah, the fragility is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
wild.
we talked earlier about, vocation and avocation, and
Yeah.
so Johnny Watson is a veteran comic, really good. It's been his living for 20 years, and it's not mine, and we'll go into venues, and he's nervous, and I'm not.
Mm,
He's got more at stake. And
right.
in the earliest days, the only reason we were in those venues was because he was the headliner. So not only does he have more at stake uh, personally, he's got more at stake professionally, because if the show
Mm,
doesn't go well, or if he doesn't sell tickets, he may not come back. Whereas for me, as I said in episode one, it's just that fantasy. So if I'm just
right.
up there taking my swings, I'm happy. So that is huge in comedy, and it goes back to what I said earlier. I feel like if you're genuine, um, I think he'll appreciate what I'm saying here, but Johnny had a character kind of persona when he went to
Okay.
stage when we first met. He was really live and like, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's a terrible Johnny Watson impression, but I called it Johnny Watt because he was electric. And what
Mm,
I watched in Johnny was, if Johnny Watt did well, Johnny Watson thought it was cheap, and it was all because of the role, the character.
wow.
Uh,
Wow.
and if Johnny Watt didn't do well, it was Johnny Watson that failed. And I said, "Dude, you can't win. If you go up there and crush, you don't give yourself credit. If you go up there and don't do well, you give yourself all the blame. At least if you can kind of get out of that persona and into who you are, um, it goes back to authentic.
Mm.
Um, you're gonna have to delete his name in all episodes here, because but no, and then I said, "So Johnny, so here's what we gotta do. You gotta get done with that, and then we gotta get to where you can slip in and out of these things."
Ah, yeah.
Kinda like, who was the guy? Andy Kaufman did his Latka,
Okay, yeah.
and Latka had the other. So, yeah,
Well,
that
Robin Williams
confidence.
did that pretty well too, right? He found the way to move in and out of characters as well as like be himself at points.
Yeah, the thing about Robin Williams, pull up a chair, Michael. I'm going to tell you what was wrong with Robin Williams. No, nothing was wrong with Robin Williams, but for me, he was so flighty and so quick that I
Yeah.
didn't even know what he was saying half the
Right,
time, and
right.
so I don't know if he was funny. He was certainly an amazing performer, but
Yeah.
that was just so hyperkinetic and existential sometimes that I couldn't be part of it.
Right. I
Um,
get that. I
so
get
who
that.
else who else needs my
Well, give us your joke, man. Let's hear the joke you're working on. Let's see if we can
Can I tell you
to it.
one that's fixed, I think,
Yeah.
and then tell you
Yeah.
the one I'm working on?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do a lot of speaking in healthcare, a lot of comedy now in healthcare, and I what I do as a career is I manage some grants, and it's about chronic disease self-management, and it's like aging and creative aging kind of things, and using humor in aging. And one of the things is, as we get a certain age, some things we used to value we're not good at anymore, and other things that we didn't value we're better at now. So, like, stop looking at sex and starting to look at intimacy,
Hmm.
because when you're young, you're good at one and terrible at the other, and so 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 then the question was, how do you do it clean? And I did
Mm.
it in the comedy world clean, but not in the world clean. Like, I used to say, for women to enjoy, you can edit this if you want, it's not that bad, but for women to enjoy sex, they need foreplay. For me to enjoy sex, I need 4 days. I need to prep, and then I go in, because I'm telling you, man, you reach a stage, the joke about, "Oh, I just washed my hair." I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, "Oh, well, I had onion rings."
Right.
so I, I mean, I'm out for at least 2 days now, and so and then I go into I need a good night's sleep, tighten up the CPAP. The
Right.
next day I push fluids, hydrate, then carb load, and then day 4 I wake up, I medicate and meditate, and there's a whole thing about day 5 that my wife's going to make me do chores around the house, so she can get some, we're bartering. It's something I can do good, like cut the grass. So so that joke's still pretty clean, but it wasn't clean enough. So
Mm,
now I jump into it. And by the way, like you said earlier, it's still not done. We can work on this.
right.
So, and the nice thing about the way I get into it now is if it gets a laugh and it doesn't feel like I should keep going, I don't have to.
Right. Right.
The foreplay 4 days, I got to do all 4. So now it can be that my wife and I are laying in bed at night and we're just talking, and she just loves it because she's getting to, women talk more than men, and I'll be honest, I never listen. I don't. I just throw an aha or a wow every now and then, and she's fine. And then I feel bad because like I love this woman and she would do anything for me, and I can't even listen to her. So I started listening to her, and you wouldn't believe the things she says. Like she said something to me one time. I said, "Wait, what did you just say?" And she says, "See, you never listen." I'm like, "Usually you're right, but I am listening now, and I think we both agree we like it better when I don't."
That's good. I
So,
like
so,
that.
so then now we're getting to this same joke told a different way. Like the other day, my wife elbowed me. I call her Mrs. Kieffer. She elbowed me and let me know she was feeling kind of frisky. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't just spring something like that on a fella my age. You might as well have just told me that tomorrow I'm having a colonoscopy. I mean, there's a whole prep to this.
Right.
So, and then if it's appropriate and they're with me, I can do the 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I mean, I love how you have the stages, like that joke has gone through like the various instantiations of it. My favorite phrase in the whole thing was day 4 carb load. Like that's brilliant. I love that. That was my favorite part of the
Thank you.
carb load.
Thank you. So,
um
so when I'm we talked about ego and things like that and competition, and particularly at Dickens Parlor, where I'm in this role of being producer, but I'm also in this role of being sometimes headliner after 2 years of being crappy opener because I was just getting my feet wet again. I set my ego aside and I book the best
mm,
show I can, and I do what I need to do, whether it's host, feature, guest spot, headliner, just not be on the show at all. And when I host, I get in my head and I'm not good at it. So I tell myself, because what you just said, there's layers and setups. I feel like there's kind of a through line to my entire set that
mm,
I'm living life the way I'm living it now. And it's been a journey, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to share my lived experiences. So, and you said a joke is never done. So
yeah.
the one I want to talk about now is about a colonoscopy,
Okay.
which could be a tag from that or a circle back, or it could tell this, and then they can be told in any order at this point.
All right.
You're impressed, I can see.
Let's go for it. I'm ready to hear it.
All right. So back to Johnny. Johnny and I were talking the other day because we have we support each other. We have a relationship now, and he said, "I'm nervous, man. I'm having my colonoscopy tomorrow." And I said, "Well, don't worry about it." He goes, "Man, I'm really worried about it." I said, just don't, just don't like it too. Just don't get addicted to it. Some people get addicted to them. And he was like, "That's sick." And I'm like, "No, seriously. I mean, it's," and so then the thing is, because there is a thing about in the healthcare world about people getting addicted to treatment. medical,
Really?
you know.
Okay,
Oh
but
yeah,
okay, all right, good, good, got it.
yeah.
I'm following. Yep.
So the premise is that you can get addicted to a colonoscopy, and you're up there, and because I've heard a million comics do. I had a colonoscopy, and then they talk
Right.
about how terrible it was, and they get real graphic, and I don't want to do any of that. But I do want to stand there and say I had a colonoscopy the other day, and have the audience go, "Oh," and then me go, "Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
I
right.
loved it. I can't wait to have another one." Because there's benefits. The prep's liberating, and I left me feeling light. I lost some weight, and then everybody's feeling sorry for me and saying encouraging things as I lead up to it. Anesthesia was amazing. I mean, I've never slept like that. And then, you
It's
know,
it's a gateway procedure, bro.
yeah, yeah. And then you have a little amnesia afterwards. So you have a lot of plausible deniability for bad decisions. Like, you want to have built-in excuse if for breaking wind, whatever. I mean, it gets sophomoric if you go too
Yes,
deep.
right, right.
But just
But
leaving it that I'm addicted to colonoscopies, I can then. So here was the first punchline. Yeah, because like women, they get addicted to Botox injections. Johnny, I don't want you to get addicted to buttocks injections.
okay, nice.
And with women, it's all about, and this is a twist on the word, and women, it's all about cosmetics. For you, I fear it's all about aesthetics. So,
Okay, yes.
so now, what's the best way to tell that? How long or short should it be? Aesthetics is funny, but even in
Yes.
some circles, I wouldn't say that.
Mm, yeah, that makes sense. I can see where some circles would not be okay with it. I like the idea too of I wonder if you can go the direction of comparing it to like a gateway drug, like this is a gateway procedure, or it's a slippery slope, Johnny, from
That's
I need a colonoscopy to I want a colonoscopy.
But
Like
just the slippery slope is funny in
slippery
and of
slope.
itself.
Yeah, it's a slippery. Yep. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm thinking of other phrases like rock bottom.
yeah.
Thinking of bottom.
Well, I
What's
mean,
kind
not
of
to be too serious, but as you're thinking about this, there are people that regularly give themselves colonics. I mean, this is
mm,
not just a joke.
right. I love the premise of being addicted to colonoscopies. That's hilarious. That's a line I never thought I'd say. I love the premise of being addicted to colonoscopies. It's a funny idea. Wondering, it's a slippery slope from colonoscopy to colostomy. I don't know if that could offend some people, but um,
Well, and that's always the test with what we've
right,
done for ourselves here is how
right,
can you, and you kind of have to when you're workshopping it,
yeah,
say the offensive ones so that you can eliminate them.
right,
And then find a way to say the same thing that's not offensive. And
right,
that in and of itself can be just a huge curve for people
yeah,
because, oh, colonoscopy, we know what we're going to get with this joke. And then you don't go there. And the whole
right.
time they're like, I never even thought of that angle. Yeah.
You mentioned aesthetics. You could also do anesthesia. That's
Mhm.
another idea there. You could do the wordplay with that. Um, I don't know if that's a little like a notch
You know,
down.
yeah. Which way is that going? And let's be nice, very nice. And here's why. I didn't know what you were saying at first. I went into the no, my joke is perfect mode. I'm like, come on, anesthesia. What are you talking about? But anesthesia, I got you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Or
get that at
or
first.
so you can do anesthesia or anesthesia,
Yeah,
like you did with yeah. So some fun wordplay there. Either way, you can go with that.
and that's one of the ones where if you're in a place where you've decided it's okay,
Right.
and it is okay, and it worked, then you can roll out all three of them. you know,
Right.
aesthetics,
That's true.
you know, anesthesia for some, I mean, but I don't want to spend a lot of time going there because it's, it's, uh, it's a little bit off brand if I dig in too much on that end of
Mm,
it, but it's very much on brand if it's clean and it's about medical procedures and whether we need them or not and how often do we need them and are we comfortable with our doctor, because this could go a whole nother direction.
right.
There's jokes about the men don't want to get their exams every year,
Right.
and there's jokes about getting a young female Asian doctor,
Yeah.
so that it's less painful or whatever, and like I don't know that I want those jokes, but
Right.
they're in the realm of consciousness for
Right.
men when it comes to their medical
Yeah.
procedures.
Yep. Yep. I was thinking of something else. I have a few thoughts just hit me too. You could almost do something with that joke at near the front where you're like, I got a friend who's, you know, addicted to colonoscopies. And he's pretty embarrassed about it. Um, just so you guys know, his name is, and then like drop his name, like to just embarrass him more, right?
Right, sure.
You're kind of being like not giving the name up front. You're being vague
Yeah.
about who it is, and then boom, drop the name. That could be another one. A few other sort of word things. Uh, he's got a problem. Bottom line, like,
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Nice, nice,
you
nice.
know, he's he's so addicted he's starting to bottom out. I don't know, like other
I like
um
this. When you told
yeah.
me we were gonna do this, I'm like, "I ain't doing that podcast." There's I don't I don't No, I like it. This is good.
So yeah. Those are some ideas I had. I think it's a funny idea to be addicted to colonoscopies because I'm on the verge of getting my first one, dude, and I'm a little terrified.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
you
not a
need a
bottom line kind of guy, just kidding.
you
Um,
you need a big brother when it comes to something like that, so you call me, I'll tell you. Seriously, there are some tricks you can do to make it a better experience for you.
all
I
right,
mean
yeah.
the main thing is, like, prep 5 days ahead of time, not when they tell you to start, you know.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
all
just
right,
lighten up on your diet and, it's you'll be fine.
yeah, all right, all right.
If you need somebody to cuddle with, I'll,
I love what this has turned into.
oh gosh.
So my buddy's addicted to colonoscopies. One benefit is at least I don't need to tell him, bro, you need to get your crap together. That's
It went a
another
long
stupid
way
thing.
for that one, Matt.
Yes, went a
That went a
long way
long
for
way for
that
that
one.
one, Matt.
Oh man,
Well, usually they give you a drug called Versed, which kinds of puts you in a loopy semi. It's good stuff, man. But
okay.
it will mess it will mess with your memory for a little while. I mean, the day of, you won't
Okay.
remember a lot of it. You'll have some amnesia about it, which maybe is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, well, dude, let's I'm gonna show screen share here for those watching. They'll be able to see. We'll just go for
Of
5 minutes or so
of a
on this.
colonoscopy.
Um, yeah, I got a video.
I got the
Oh,
video of mine. I didn't know. I'd load it up for you.
uh, um, so we're gonna just do like a lightning round that I like doing with comedians. And if you go to michaelhalcom.live and under the social tab, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there's 3 links for Joke Writers Lab. You want to go to the last one. This is joke writing exercises, and that'll pop up a new page for all these like joke writing activities that I've created, and
Good
anybody can
golly.
use them. They're free. Jokes from headlines, cliches, roasting, lists, fallacies, rhetoric, structures, and so on and so forth. So we'll just do the jokes from headlines one. We'll start there. And the way this works is I'm going to hit generate prompt, and it's going to pull headlines from the news today. Right.
Oh
So these are
boy.
live headlines from real sites.
Oh
And
boy. You got a
You hit
filter on
generate.
there?
Do what?
You got a filter on there?
Yeah, right. So I don't want to do that one. Let's see. I don't know. There are a whole bunch. I'll just land on one here. Some of them are terrible. I mean, talk
Yeah.
about a filter, like, lots of this one says 6 takeaways keeps popping up from the Senate deal to end the shutdown. Let's see if we can come up. So our job is to see if we can make a riff on this and make a joke.
Okay.
We can bounce back and forth. So 6 takeaways from the Senate deal to end the shutdown. This is a little bit challenging one. 6 takeaways from the Senate deal to end the shutdown.
Okay. I'm writing right now. I'm not riffing yet.
Okay.
Okay.
6 takeaways from the Senate deal to end the shutdown. Number 1, it'll always be better than takeaway from Arby's. I don't know. Stupid. 6 takeaways from the Senate deal.
From the Senate deal shut down. This is
In
how
the
easy
shut-
comedy is, folks. You
Yeah.
just 6 takeaways. Well, that's all we needed, wasn't it? 6 people to be taken away from the Democratic
Oh,
side
yes.
of things. What are their names? It's not Schumer. That's not one of them.
Yes.
So I think got the guy from Pennsylvania was one of the 6. 6 takeaways. See, there's a joke here, Michael.
There you go. 6 takeaways from the Senate deal to end the shutdown, and all 6 were taken away by the Clintons.
Or will be.
Yeah, will be.
Oh gosh.
Let's try a different one here.
Please.
Trump pardons Giuliani. Others accused of trying to overturn the 2020 defeat. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's easy. I mean, this is like, why spare him the plea of insanity? I mean, can't we just assume it? Is it,
That's right.
let the guy go?
Trump pardons Giuliani and others accused of trying to overturn 2020 defeat. I mean, the low hanging fruit here too is just to do one of those cheap Trump impressions, right?
Yeah.
This is huge deal.
Yeah.
The biggest pardon ever in the history of pardons, that kind of thing, low hanging fruit, cheap laugh. I don't know. Golly, some of these are terrible. Celebrity Traitors to return for a second series in 2026.
Celebrity Traitors?
Yeah, Celebrity. So Traitors is a game show, like a reality TV show. Celebrity Traitors to return for a second series in 2026. This time the cast will be all politicians.
Note to self, watch Celebrity Traitors 2025 edition.
Let's see.
Tra-
Well, I'm going to go to a different activity.
Okay.
Headlines aren't as great today, but here's one I really like. This is Finish the Setup. And I took thousands of jokes that comedians have made, and I left the setup but chopped off the punchline to see if we can make up our own punchline based on their setup.
Okay.
So you hit the generate setup button. The woman who attempted to rob Alex Trebek's hotel could face 25 years in prison.
Oh, what is
Exactly.
Yeah. The woman who attempted to rob Alex Trebek's hotel room could face 25 years in prison.
I'll take plea bargain for 100, Alex.
Sometimes you do these things and you realize you're not a very good comedian.
These are hard. I mean,
Yeah.
Now she's facing double jeopardy. I don't know.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Let's do another one. According to a study, the third Monday in January is the most depressing day of the year. Also, according to personal testimony, the third Monday in January is my anniversary. I don't know.
I is the saddest is the most depressing day of the year when you realize that you can't accomplish anything you've set out to do,
Yes.
and you've given up on your now, when you gotta explain them, 'em, they're not good, but that has to do with New Year's
It's all right.
resolutions.
According to a study, the third Monday in January is the most depressing day of the year. And according to a study, studying the most depressing day of the year is the most depressing job of the year. I don't know.
It's a
So
good thing
stupid.
we're doing this part at the end of the podcast.
Yes, nobody would have watched.
The
a
3rd
man
minute
named
of the podcast is the most depressing.
a man named Zach is creating his own sovereign nation in Utah that he's calling Zakistan.
Oh my gosh. And
Oh,
and Zach is spelled with a Q.
it's just, Zakistan. A
Of his
man
own
named Zach
sovereign a
is
man
creating his
named
own
Z
sovereign nation in
and
Utah that he's.
that's a fact. Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Who is Zach is a fact. Frequently asked questions for those that,
yes. A
I feel
sovereign
compelled to
nation in
explain all my
Utah
jokes.
that he's calling Zakistan. This is related to a new branch of Mormonism. I don't know. Zakistan. That's funny, dude. That's a fact. Yeah. Whoo, we'll do one more here and we'll wrap it up. Oh my goodness. Some of these are just terrible. Chipotle is now being accused of gender discrimination.
Chipotle. I tell you what, for years I've been saying, Chipotle and Panera. I don't know how to it's Chipotle. What is that?
I
Is that
love that
a
Chipotle.
Chipotle? I'm gonna go to Chipotle and Panera Bread.
Chipotle is now being accused of gender discrimination.
Chipotle.
Oh my goodness.
Gender
Comes
I
with
wanna
a
read the
side of
article.
yeah. Comes with a side of beans or I don't know, customers were frustrated when they could only choose from a one or a two. I don't know. Customers were overwhelmed with the number of choices they could make.
At
Gender
at
discrimination.
at Baskin and Robbins, they give you a choice between a bowl or a cone. They're anti-cone at Chipotle.
This is good times, dude. Well, for those of you watching, thanks for doing so. Go over to retiredcomic.com and connect with Lon there or on Facebook. He's pretty active on Facebook, and keep up with what he's doing at Dickens Parlor Theater up in Delaware. And yeah, dude, thanks for coming on, man. This was fun.
Oh, it was. Thanks for bringing me on, and thanks for again being on the journey that you're on. I mean, this is powerful to be able to spend this kind of time, and I encourage other comics to go through it.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, check out michaelhalcom.live. You can find all kinds of free comedy resources that I'm always creating and giving away there. Comedy tips, advice, and the daily blog and the podcast and all sorts of things. Subscribe on Apple, iTunes, YouTube, all the things. Yeah, got a comedy course. If you're interested in learn how to do joke writing, you can get over there. So all kinds of cool stuff. michaelhalcom.live and retiredcomic.com. But we're going to stop there, friends. Lon, dude, thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
We're going to stop there, friends, and say we hope that helps. All right.
It's all messed up, yeah. Everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.